Yeah, intro. Make it official. Make it official, big boy.
Oh man. Yeah,
I
buddy.
missed y'all Friday.
Yeah, man.
So for the listeners, my mom had a minor surgery Friday. It turned out major. I love my mother, but she is the world's largest drama queen. Yes, Lord. So me, I take care of mom. I'm the oldest, and my children are grown, so I'm now in that taking care of my
Already.
mom.
Yeah.
You know? But here's the thing, and I told her I kind of feel a little bad that I had to break it like that. But mom, when you out living your life doing well, I was taking care of your parents. I took care of my
Uh,
grandparents, because they
uh,
took care of me. So I felt it was my duty to take
yeah.
care of them. I owed them that. And she gave me birth. So again, it's like it's my duty, but you got a daughter too. You know,
Nah,
I
fact.
was I was raised by my grandparents. They were literally my parents. You know, and it's a really weird dynamic because we're more like sister and brother, than mother son because of that. And although I do recognize her and respect her as my mother, we have a lot of conversations that most brother and sister would have. That I'm the oldest type stuff and so forth. It all goes.
Right. Right.
So but I inspired my mother when I got into the ministry. You know,
Oh wow.
and then went on to become a pastor and get my doctorate. It now she is working on hers and she's a pastor now. She's like, nah, I'm not letting you outdo me. I'm the oldest. I'm the mother. Go ahead with your bad self. So I have a 76-year-old about to be 77 in August who
That's a
is
blessing, man.
undertaking her doctorate. You know,
That's a blessing. That's
absolutely. And
a
I
blessing.
told her she's gonna live a long time because the more you pour into yourself, yeah,
Yeah.
you're growing. You're not withering. You're not just slowly dying. You're growing.
All right. You ready to dive into it?
I am always ready to go.
Let's go. Let's go.
When the weekend turns to Monday and the clock strikes 9, we're bringing you a message that'll stand the test of time. We got the wisdom in the building, keeping everything secure. A late night conversation that is positive and pure. Turn your radio up, tell your family and your friends. This is where the true community connection begins. It's a place for inspiration, it's a place for real talk. The most uplifting hour on your late night walk. Trusty Sean P, Deacon King Ace, and your host, Reverend Larry. The mic is live right now.
Blow your horn, sir.
Uh, Welcome to Late Night Talk with Reverend Larry. I am your host, Reverend Larry, and I am with my man's trustee Sean P. Good evening
Uh,
to you, sir.
brother from another mother.
Man, my man 10 grand. And we right, we are brothers, man. We've
No
been
doubt. No
rocking
doubt.
for 13 years, dog. And
No
ain't
doubt.
don't quit. Now 14.
14. Yeah.
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 20,
Same. Hey,
2012.
look. Yeah. The same.
Uh,
Nah, a little bit. I was. Let me see. Oh, yes. Same year I got married.
yeah, yeah, 2012.
Good God Almighty.
Yeah. Hey, bro, first questions. Are analytics still a thing in the NBA? Because, bro, they got some weird information coming out right now, man. Talking about your boy Jalen Brown, seventh best player on a championship team.
Mm,
I mean, we talked a little bit about it. What last time he was on, we talked about analytics. I think it's dead. I think it's being weeded out the league, and I don't think by the executives. I think the players
hmm
and some of these coaches' schemes are weeding out analytics all in itself because it's absurd at this point to
It
think.
is.
I think the downfall of the Rockets during that run, um, I believe analytics was the downfall of that whole entire run.
And here's my
So
thing.
talk
Analytics
to me.
is great. It's an awesome tool, but you have to have the mind frame in charge to run it correctly, or else it's going to fail. You can have all the right people analytically, but if you don't manage it correctly, it's still chaos.
I agree. I agree. I don't like it. I don't like what it represents. I don't like what it stands for. I think there's um I think honestly you've already seen, I think we've seen in the championship finals alone, we've seen two teams play without analytics.
Hmm.
Um I think, with the mid-range game, some of the post up, yeah, I think honestly that we can say both those teams did not, if they use analytics, we didn't see it.
Right.
They disguised it very well if they did, but I don't believe in analytics. I think it's you start to insert people who haven't played the game, who haven't even managed the game, and really don't understand the game of basketball. You start to insert those type of individuals, and then that's when players start to really get offended because they start looking at the IQ of the person that's putting all these numbers together, and they're like, "Man, this guy hasn't even laced them up ever." And
Hmm.
he's telling me I should do this many times at this certain position at this certain spot. I don't know. I will say Luca's game
The
is,
law of averages, though.
yeah, but Luca's game is set around analytics.
Hmm. Right.
Um, his game is, a lot of pick and roll, a
Uh-huh.
lot of throw it in the corner.
Right.
Um, that's just, I think it's being slowly weeded out um, by the players and some of these coaches' schemes. For instance, Denver, I don't think they're playing analytical ball. I could be
Okay.
wrong, but I
Right.
look at Joker's stats and it's kind of impossible to have, as a big man, to have that many stats and a lot of his assists aren't throwing it out to the arc. You feel me? A lot
Right.
of it has to do with players doing backdoor cuts or just
Right.
cutting to the basket. Period. You know what I'm saying?
And yeah.
Um, so I mean, I don't like what they're doing to Jalen Brown. Just read, which we're gonna get knee deep off in this,
You
and we were
know,
incorrect.
I'd like to see the game just get back to pure basketball, where
Yes,
everybody plays their positions and shows their skill based on the game itself and how it was originally meant to be played. And not all, man, it's just so many crazy schemes that people put in. And these analytics is one of them. Small ball is another. All this different stuff that they have. Can
yeah,
we just
yeah.
get back to basketball? I love basketball. I love the game of basketball. I really do.
And
You
I
know,
think honestly, that's why we fell in love with the finals. It was pure basketball.
it was.
You
Especially those
saw,
third and fourth quarters from the Knicks. It was
yes,
exciting.
yes. You can't use analytics doing that.
No,
I think analytics will play you out of coming back
there's
from
no
those
analytics that describe sheer heart and will.
facts.
You don't get that in analytics. It's just a
No.
bunch of statistical. If you do this, this is going to happen. This amount, percent of the time. But what about the guy who just? I'm not. We're not going down. I'm not going to let us go down.
Right, right. Jalen,
There's no.
Jalen,
You can't measure that.
Jalen Jalen Brunson. Yes, yes. Because there were some nights he didn't have a great scoring game. Like he was like
Oh,
what, nine
yeah.
for 30 a couple
Well,
times.
yeah. He didn't have
You
great
know,
shooting nights. We'll call it that. But he
right.
scored. He just didn't
But
have
he,
great
yeah,
shooting nights. But he
right.
found a way. The slow, the short, not a great this, not a great that. Show
Yeah.
that he knows how to play within himself, regardless, and
Yes.
dominate a game and take
And
it
he
over.
got it. And he trusted his teammates to get. He made them better.
Exactly.
Mikael Bridges. You know,
Well,
he didn't show up. But
you know what?
I
It was
think
a big stage
I
that they
thought the
had
lights was
to
too big
perform on.
for him. Yeah, I thought the
And, and
lights were
and
too big.
some of them fell, and then
Yeah,
some of them crashed and burned. Because as far as I'm concerned, yeah, Wimby had decent what you expect for him to have. But as far as I'm concerned, he crashed and burned. He was thinking he was in somebody's head. In actuality, they got in your head, bro.
I'll say this, man. And I told you I shared everything with you in the chat earlier. Um, we have to give grace to Darren Fox, man. You know,
Well, he was injured.
um,
He's out there trying to fight through it. But you know what?
yes, yes,
Here's my
yes,
thing. I think back to RG3, who was having one of the greatest rookie seasons that we've ever seen. He knew he was hurt, and he refused to sit down.
right, right, yeah,
and, and and we know where he's at now. That rookie season was really his only season. After that, he didn't
yeah,
trust that leg anymore, and he tried to do something he never did before. He didn't know how to drop back.
right,
It
right,
wasn't part of his game, which is
right.
why, and I'm sure we'll touch on this later. If LeBron is put into a three, I'm wondering how much development will he have because it's not something that's not his game.
Agreed.
But he has such a,
Uh,
a magnificent basketball IQ. He knows what's supposed to be, but can you do it? That's another story. It's going to require a lot of development because his entire game has been the point, being a point.
yeah.
But again, we were talking about analytics, but that
But
just fell out there. I
no,
am
but I mean, but
it.
like I
You know.
said, though, like um, all of what the uh finals were about, in my opinion,
Mhm.
were analytic less.
Yeah,
I,
yeah. It was
I
it
don't
was about
see
sheer will and heart in the end.
yeah. And just we talk about basketball IQ and a bit of basketball IQ. I mean, you can see the schemes that Mike Brown was implementing on the sidelines. Like you could see it. Like you could
Hmm.
see a lot of the schemes that he was putting in place, they were very successful. And they ran their offense through Jalen. Honestly, I thought they were going to run it through uh, Cat with all the success he had in games 1 and 2, but San Antonio shut that down and made him get on that perimeter. Which, man, I still
Mm.
think it was there. I still think it was there because here's the thing. It's funny how teams are. Let's put Golden State out there. I'll never forget. It was interesting how teams like Golden State still able to manipulate pick and rolls where they can get a big on Steph, and you already know when Steph is on the island alone with a big, you're at his mercy. And I just didn't understand why New York couldn't do that because as long as Cat had Wemby out on the perimeter,
Hmm.
Wemby was at Cat's mercy. But
Well,
they
yeah, he
wouldn't.
was
I don't.
because
I don't
he
know if they
had
want to.
the speed and strength to blow by him.
Yeah. So let me ask you: did they go away from that, or was San Antonio's
Here's what
counter
happened.
was
Here's what
just
happened.
that good?
They put Cat in foul trouble. And so he began to be more reserved in his actions. And here's the thing. I'm not going to get into this again. But I'm going to say this. It is an entertainment business. And
Yes.
when your two best players, Cat and Brunson, have early foul trouble, sitting out for stretches, the beautiful thing about Mike Brown is he had a bench deep enough to take it.
Oh man, yeah. We talked about that. Like his bench was so deep. Like it was again. That's not analytics, in my opinion. To
No,
go that deep into your bench, like he went 11. He went an 11-man rotation a couple nights.
right, right,
Like that's like
unheard of.
11-man. That's 11-man rotation. That's not analytics talking, man.
No.
That's not analytics talking at all. Up there you go, the man, the myth, the legend, King
Hey,
Ace.
what's up? What's up?
That is preparation and trust. That's what that
No,
is.
so
Preparation and trust. What's happening, my brother?
What's up, man? You ready to get at it, or
Man, we we
one
not
step at a time?
one step at a
hey,
time. I'm sure we'll get into it. That's what we're here for.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same page, my brother. That's it.
Yeah,
hey,
absolutely.
question. Let me ask you this, Ace. We were just talking about we were talking about analytics and we were talking about the finals. Did you see any analytics out there involved with the finals and how everybody was, putting everything together and come to comebacks? Or did you just see coaches really coaching their own schemes and was successful in doing it when they did win?
What I did see was that coaches did do what they needed to do. Mike Brown has been in that situation a whole lot more times than the Spurs coach Mitch has been. So he's seen what we see plenty of times, from the 2007 finals all the way to his Golden State Warrior days, even with the Sacramento Kings when De'Aaron Fox was originally on his team as his point guard, when they played the Warriors and lost in 6 games, to now. Did analytics play a big role? I don't think so, because basketball is going to be what it does. You have to put everything on the wood, and you have to show what you can do. And I believe that the Knicks did that because they were already there. They were so much closer the year prior,
Right.
even though they lost to
Right.
the Indiana Pacers. And so what they did, they just read up. But Mike Brown used the team a lot better than Tom Thibodeau. Not saying Tom Thibodeau is not a good coach. It's not disregarding him being a bad coach. It's just Mike Brown was able to utilize his team in a much more lucrative and creative way without tiring
Agreed.
them out. Because as we've talked about in other streams and other shows, Tom Thibodeau does have a long history of playing a set number of guys and rely on them, but those teams never go far because they be tired. And so
Right.
I don't think analytics can't dictate that part of the game.
And that's what we
Player
were
being
talking about.
tired
Like,
and running their body on
yeah.
the ground.
Well, and that's what we were talking about. Like, analytics doesn't say that you should go 11-man deep on your bench either.
Yep.
Huh? Like, that's not something that almost frowned upon, specifically the finals. Like, if you go that deep, those are pretty much cherry picking minutes, those trash minutes.
Mm.
But no, like, we've seen Clarkson, what, number 8 on the bench? Once he played pretty good in game 3, he got some sizable minutes in game 4.
To be honest, Clarkson
and
was
game
almost number
5.
10. Clarkson was almost number 10.
Right, he was
To be
deep.
honest,
He was
because
deep.
Shamet,
Yes.
like Shamet was getting more minutes than him. Jose Alvarado
Yeah.
was getting more minutes than him. Mitchell Robinson clearly was getting in the game before he was as a big, and then Miles Bridges at a point in time throughout their run was getting more minutes than him. So he could have got pushed to 9, almost 10th on the roster.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: I think a lot of it had to do with, getting those early foul trouble. It became situational basketball, having to put in who they needed.
I mean, I was impressed. I was very impressed with. I'm gonna say this. Collectively, I was very impressed with the series.
Yeah.
You saw coaches literally playing chess. One was a little bit more skilled, but Mitch still did a good job countering. Allowing New York to have a 1-2 punch with Brunson and Cat. That was my question. I asked Sean P. Was it when Cat faded, like in games 3 and 4? Was it because of scheme, or was it because
Wow.
he just couldn't find his footing? Sean P. was like, well, they was aggressive going towards and going at him and got him in foul trouble. And I had to agree.
Yeah. And it took him and Brunson out of their rhythm. The difference between the two is Brunson is just like, man, you know what? Nah, we ain't going out like this. All right, I got these early fouls. Fine, I'm coming at him though. It fueled him. It seemed like it made him go harder. It's like, nah, I'm taking over this. I'm gonna show y'all. You can't just put me on the bench, with these crazy fouls. You can't just push me in the back of the head like this. I'm gonna make you pay for this. And he did. He really did. He went in there and took over.
Man,
I
the beauty of sports, man, not to cut you off, bro, Larry or Sean.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
The beauty of sports, man, it allows you to see the beginning and the end in the sense of who wants it more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of who wants it more, Cat got in foul trouble, right? But Wemby also didn't. Wemby actually had a better series than we think he did. But when we're actually looking at it, because now we're talking about analytics. Analytically, he had a phenomenal series. Other guys didn't show up. That's what the numbers would say.
That's what the numbers would say.
Right. But we actually saw the series. Certain shots he took weren't the best shots he should have took.
No.
He doesn't have the proper body and frame to put his back to the basket on Cat or Mitchell Robinson, who's actually their better defender as a big to me than Cat is. And so when we're watching the game, there's two sides to that. As great of a better offensive player Wemby is to Cat's defense, Cat is a better offensive player than any of the other bigs Wemby played throughout the entire playoffs.
Right.
So that was Wemby's actual challenges. Not only do you have to bang with me, meaning Karl Anthony Towns, but now you also have to guard me because Hartenstein wasn't a challenge for you. Rudy Gobert's not a challenge for you, and Klingit from Portland is not a challenge for you. The most challenge Wemby may have gotten was either Julius Randle being inconsistent and Naz Reid, who was actually a 6th man of the year and very consistent, scoring more than 12 points a game.
And as you did not bring up, he ran through Chet. You didn't even bring up Chet.
I didn't even need to bring up Chet because he was actually a non-factor. Chet literally played the same game Wemby played, but Wemby's better at it. And a better defender at that.
Man, I was just floored at how some of the basketball that was being played during that series. I was just, man, I'm sorry. Chet surprised me, man. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that, and he just totally surprised me, man. I was disappointed because you could tell. You could tell Wemby had been holding that in for a long time since they were playing.
A long time.
Yeah, bro. That he been holding that in for a good minute. A real good minute. And I don't know, man. That series surprised me because of the play where they really with that kid, Jay Will.
Oh, J-Dub. They have two Jalen Williams on their team, so they call him J-Dub. Yeah, the other one Jalen Williams.
Okay, yeah, it just like with him being out with the ham, they needed somebody else to step up, and Dort wasn't gonna really, he really wasn't gonna be able to, come through. But They needed
Chet. So heavily on AJ Mitchell though, and McCain, who actually played pretty well for them. But Mitchell got hurt, and McCain coming from Philadelphia, not getting many minutes, doing what he did in the playoffs for them was a surprise because they weren't looking for that. But he showed them what he can do, which is why he ended up getting more minutes. When AJ Mitchell was going crazy in the playoffs.
I think honestly, I think honestly you had a few players had to step up, and I think we saw this throughout the entire playoff, not just with OKC. We saw it with Osumu, who in Minnesota, like that, his stepping up got him a good old payday.
That dude can hoop. I know him being able to hoop from Chicago. Like he can go. Talking about Ayo Dosunmu?
Yeah, the sumo.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, he can go. Oh, he can
yeah,
go.
yeah. So, but he got his payday because he stepped up. Like there was a lot of players that, um, I mean, a lot of players stepped up in this playoff, and they getting compensated for it. So,
But
you know,
let me ask you while we're already on Minnesota. They just paid
man,
Io.
go ahead. Man,
They
you come from the bad space, man. You
they
crumble.
paid. Come on. Hey,
Hey,
Trustin,
you
we already
crumble.
here, right? Trustin, we
Hey
Yeah,
already
man,
you.
here.
hey,
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
crumble.
rolling with the punches right now. I'm waiting. I'm trying to see which direction it's gonna go.
Look,
Oh
so look,
man, you know
so
where it's gonna
Minnesota,
go.
look, Minnesota just paid Io, but they got rid of Julius Randle and Nas
We
Reed.
saw that, but we saw that coming. No,
So
Julius Randle.
Or
or
did
Julius
we?
Randle, I'm sorry.
We
So
saw we saw Julius Randle coming.
Yeah,
That
Julius.
was
Yeah,
inevitable.
but the question now is Io going to come off the bench as a 6-man instead of being in a starting lineup? Because what it looks like they're trying to work with is Ball, Io, Ant-Man at the 3, Jaden McDaniels at the 4, and Rudy Gobert at the 5. As of right now,
Okay,
with their team
you
currently
brought
constructed,
that.
and Terrence
You
Shannon coming
brought
off the
that up.
bench.
You
Hmm?
brought that up about Daniels going to the 4. I
I'm
don't
telling
see
you,
that.
look, I be foresighting, and you can see it.
I don't see that.
So I'm asking you guys, can you see that, or am I looking too far into it? Wait till at least free agency is over with.
I don't see that. I don't see that at all. What I do see is they're not done. That's what I do see.
okay.
They're not done.
It is
I don't see
very
them.
early in this process.
Well, it starts tomorrow.
I know, but it's saying it starts tomorrow officially, but we're still very early in this.
Yes.
We are, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I mean, we've already seen a couple little things happen.
And
You
yes,
know,
we have, Trusty. Yes, we have.
we've already seen some real blockbusters going down already. I
Yeah.
While everybody's jockeying to have their championship run with all of these stars that are available, and we got new ones coming in, and I'm interested to see how the pieces are going to fall. We were before the show lightly touching on the rumors, based off of Draymond, you know, getting a little opening some salary cap space for a push for LeBron and Anthony Davis.
That's insane.
But you know what? The analysis who was talking about it had one thing on his mind. Imagine the ticket sales. Man, nobody care about no ticket sales. We want
And I'm talking about
championships.
Stephen A.
I
Smith.
don't I don't play, yeah. Because we don't play for ticket sales. We play for chips. And it was you know,
Yeah.
who
He
cares about the ticket sales?
man, Stephen A has been a huge disappointment, bro. The
To
last
be
3 to 4
as,
months, he's
you
been
know, so
uh
much
I don't know.
knowledge, the eloquence of speech, power of delivery. Sometimes he uses too many words. He could get, but he just, he likes to show off. I get it. You went to college, you spent all that money on it, you might as well use it. But there comes a time where you just need to dumb it down. And here's the other thing: the disappointment for me with him is the amount he grief that he gives to players of color as opposed to others who pretty much are doing the same thing. They're kids. A lot of them are kids. And he really goes hard. And maybe it's because, I get it as we've developed an expectation of our future that it's going to be better than, we've opened the doors to make it better for them. We've took that sacrifice. Like, my mom went through desegregation, so I wouldn't have to. My grandparents went through all of that crap, you know, and and made it through to prove number one, the strength and resilience will win. But when we get down to it, these are kids, man. You ain't got a bad mouth for everybody. You
Yeah.
gotta you ain't gotta do that to these people, man. If you have that much knowledge, wisdom, and experience, guide them. Guide them. Don't down them. Don't do it in a public forum to get clicks. I disagree with
Well,
that 100%. You know,
yeah, I mean he has this thing, we talked a little bit before Ace came on, where he started to talk down on Jalen Brown, like, dog, what? what are you doing?
Yeah.
And like I said, it hasn't been the first time he's done this, man. It's I got a
He's
Sambo,
consistent with it.
I got a Sambo on my timeline. He tagged me on some mess, like, man, talking about he see things fair, bro. You tap dancing for other folks, bro. You ain't
Yeah.
you ain't fooling nobody, man. I don't
Right.
even respond to what he's doing. I ain't
Yeah.
respond to what he's saying.
You know what it reminds me of? A
What's
guy
that, man?
pandering, trying to give women advice on how to deal with men. You know, what you don't know is he knows where he's
like
all jacked
like
up. All he
like
doing
Derek Jackson,
is telling you who
like
he
Derek,
is.
like Derek Jackson,
Man, come on, man.
bro. They exposed Derek Jackson.
They need to expose
Right?
all them dudes because, man, just be real, man. You ain't,
Mm,
first of all, the majority of these individuals are married. They're married, but they see these women, so they want to appease to them. When they want to appeal to them, they know that women, man, they spend more time on the internet, trying to fix themselves, trying to find Mr. Right, and so they appeal to that. And they give some of the most horrible advice. It sounds real good to a woman, but you ain't even the man that you telling them she needs to be looking for. That ain't you.
man, it's like I said, you tap dancing. Sambo just tap dances, and I mean, we got some modern day Geechees out here, man.
Ooh wee. That's a
They don't
that's a
talk. They
word
don't.
for you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they don't. They don't talk like they used to talk, but they thinking is pretty much the same, man.
Mm-mm.
Sambo mentality, bro.
Google mother.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
You tap dancing for the man. I mean, man,
that.
I don't
There
have
might
time for that,
there's
bro.
a
Because
thesis for you, buddy.
I don't have time for that, man. I just be glad when this country
Mhm.
really kind of flips back on its lid, where we just can just start just leave race out. Like, here's the thing, like.
Let my people
They're the
go.
first one. There's a few people, man. Like, man, why y'all make it about race? Y'all make it about race.
And it's
Yeah,
been about race.
yeah. But we don't make it about race.
No, you do, they
We're
do,
responding.
because of the moves that
We're
you pulling.
responding. Yes, yes.
We
Case
see
in
you.
point. Case
We
in
see
point.
you.
They're not.
See, we didn't see you before, so we didn't make it about race before because we weren't seeing it. But now our eyes are wide open. We see you.
Yeah, man. It's
We see your
see.
moves.
Here's the thing. Now they're not playing tonight. There's no WNBA games tonight. But I know y'all heard enough noise over the weekend about Caitlin Clark. And you got people really upset with Allison Thompson. I think it's Thompson,
Mm.
about the hard foul she gave. And I already showed y'all. I showed y'all in privacy in chat. Like, she does everybody like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, and then you try to make it a white and black thing, and then we point out, like, Paige, we love her. Tarazi, we love her. Uh, I mean, I can give you a list of white players that we adore, and what's that girl, Marbury, who's killing
Hmm.
it with the three this
Yeah.
season? Like, bro, get off of it, man. Just stop and keep it basketball. Keep your feelings out of it and keep it basketball. If you do that one thing for me, we're gonna be all right. But you can't, because you have an agenda. No, we don't have an agenda. Big shout out to my man KPS, boy. He be putting them on, he be putting them out there. But it's just, man, I don't know, man. Like, I don't like what they doing to Jaylen Brown, bro. And they try to buck break Jaylen Brown, and I don't appreciate it. But
But Rev, we spoke about it on one of the shows. That young man is very intelligent. He's very
he's
intelligent, very
very,
smart,
very intelligent.
very
And they don't like
intelligent,
that.
very smart. They don't like that, absolutely.
They don't like that at all, man.
But from a
So
basketball standpoint, there's still a lot of questions in the air of, well, why was this year your best year? And y'all just lost 3-1 in the first round when y'all had a chance to win the series.
well, he didn't have his guy.
He didn't have his guy all year, which is why it was his best season.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he had. It's kind of like, okay, when you have knee surgery, right?
And I'm playing devil's advocate here, just to kind of see where we go with it. Because
I got you. I got you. But when you okay, so it's like when you have knee surgery, on your right knee, right? And if you're not careful, right? Because you're leaning more now on your left knee. But if you're not careful, okay, if you're not careful, you can create wear and tear on your left knee. So when your right knee is healed, then your left knee can be a little weak. All right.
Overcompensating on one side, basically.
Yes. And that's what happened, because watch this, man. People don't understand this. And I'm surprised it's you're picking sides, you're picking points, and you're picking your trying to be meticulous in Jaylen Brown's game and the team, where you're not making sense in your point. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about,
Yeah. In the face of the conversation that's being talked about around him. Yeah.
Yes. When you're in the playoffs, all right, there's a lot of things that you can get away with in the regular season that you're not going to be able to get away in the playoff. Case in point, we haven't had a solid point guard all season. Excuse me. We haven't had a point guard all season, which got us to 52 games.
Meaning the Rockets, to the listening fans and audience who may not know who he was referring to.
That's my squad. So that got us 52-30, right? Decent, disappointing from last season, but it was understood why. Okay, it was understood.
There was a lot of changes. A lot of changes happened.
A lot of changes. So when it got to the playoffs against the Lakers, we were up by 5 with 13 seconds to go. And we had nobody bring the ball up, really.
Don't let me talk about the breakdown of the game, because I'm sitting here watching it.
And so I'm like, are you serious? But then they aren't used. They don't know what to do in situations like that. So the best thing they could do was what? Pass the ball. Where the person you passing it to got to be looking at you. I mean, it was bad.
Jabari Smith Jr. was the first person that came to mind when you said that.
Yeah, well, Jabari,
that's where it began.
Yes, sir. That's who made, unfortunately, the bonehead pass.
Like you passed it to someone who wasn't even looking at you.
Bro, he has to look your way.
And
Wemby did that. Wemby
ended up doing that too. He ended up doing that too.
Wemby did in the finals, but
all the young guys
has no business bringing that ball up. None.
You talking about Wemby?
Yes, and it's bad on your teammates for leaving you.
I could see Wemby bringing the ball up before Jabari's. Jabari Smith. I'm sorry, Jabari Smith. I can see Wemby actually bringing the ball up.
I don't want.
But Rev, the thing is that I've mentioned this over and over again. The further and further you get into the playoffs, those lights get brighter. That anxiety picks up. Plays that you would originally make that weren't plays that you wouldn't make before, you're making them mistakes now, because now you're fatigued. Your body is tired. You're playing longer than you were anticipating to play.
And when you
but that's why veterans are important too, mind you. OG Anunoby was the only champion on that Knicks team, but Mikal Bridges went to the NBA Finals. No one else did, but he did. You had two champions on the Spurs team. Between Cornette and Barnes, one of them should have reeled them back in real quick. Settle them down at least to allow them to understand what this moment is. Now, granted, the Spurs are going to be here for a pretty long time because their team look like it has promise, right? But the bonehead play, like you mentioned, Jabari Smith Jr. making that pass to a player that wasn't even looking at him. It's like he was in such a rush to get rid of the ball without someone actually looking at him. Same thing Wemby did. Exact same play he did.
We'll start jumping off into these free agencies and how everybody's, looking at things. But I just, man, I don't know. I just don't like how they handling Jaylen Brown right now, man. Like I said, like there are a lot of things you'll be able to get away in the regular season that you're not gonna be able to get away in the playoffs, man. And so yeah, he had his best season, but they're gonna have the mindset. I mean, Philly had the mindset. We're gonna let everybody but Jaylen. No, we're not gonna let anybody beat us. Give Jaylen his.
And that's the hardest part of the conversation for me too, because it's the same thing with the Russell Westbrook when they were up 3-1 and Golden State came back and beat them, right? Jason Tatum not playing in the last game, but they still had an opportunity to win it. I have a hard time processing it to say that.
Yeah, but
he's in this sense, for that at least, he's being targeted or he's being treated wrong when y'all went up 3-1 with Jason Tatum scoring and averaging almost a triple-double for your team. They just needed 48 minutes to close Philly out. With a hobbled Joel Embiid at that.
Man,
Joel Embiid was hobbled.
Man, let me tell you something.
All you needed was 48 minutes, and that's it.
I'm a simple man.
But it's easier said than done.
I'm a simple man when it comes to managing a roster. Okay, I'm very simple. I'm not complicated at all. That's been a couple times we've gone to the ABA South Blue Division Championship. We went there on 2 occasions, and we've lost. But you know what I wanted to do that third year? I kept my core together. Let's just run it back. We're gonna improve in some spots. Okay. Just run it back. I don't understand how you think that you need to pretty much get rid of one of your studs and think that's going to help your organization get back to where you were when you had your stud, both of them. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason I bring up that question about analytics is because they brought up that analytical stat saying Jaylen Brown is the 7th best player on his team. Are you kidding me?
No, that was insane. That was beyond insane.
Bruh. I wish the young man well. And if he does get traded, because now they saying his stock is it's dropping. If he does get traded, whoever he goes to, I pray it's the Rockets, but for Tita, I don't see him doing that because
Rockets not trading for Jaylen Brown. Y'all gonna have to give up too much for his contract. His contract alone is $300 million. You got to pay that.
But I hope if my Rockets don't win the championship next year, I hope.
Let's not do the rage hope. The rage hope of the Rockets winning the championship.
No. I'm a fan of basketball, which is why I'm saying what I'm saying now. And I am a fan. And I am a fan of the Houston Rockets, which is why I'm saying what I'm about to say.
But we better be realistic though. We better be realistic. Don't be talking about the Rockets win no championship next year now.
No, I said if they don't win the championship, all right.
Go ahead, put it that way now then.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm leaving it alone. I'm picking it up and I'm putting it back down. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't feeling.
I got you.
That's all I got.
Man.
But if the Rockets don't win the championship, wherever Jaylen Brown lands, I pray to God that they win. I do. And I hope Jason Tatum demand a trade. Because that's not fair. That's not fair. And that's not cool.
So the thing for Jaylen Brown, and I'll give him credit here, is that because I like Jaylen Brown. I like him. He's been in Boston longer than Tatum has been. So he's been able to build up his own type of fan base and have the crowd or have the media personality and analysts and those personnel in that organization on his side regardless. He has that. He's been there longer than Tatum has been. By a few years or a couple of years.
Mm-mm.
The thing that I've been able to observe and learn is that having your own team is good when you've been with the same organization the entire time. When you have to leave and go be the man somewhere else, it's not as easy from what has been shown and what some of these other superstars and guys have spoken about. It's not easy being a man when you go to another team. Because now you're going to a team where whoever was the original star or stars, now you have to try to basically cohabitate with them with that team. Now you have to try to build that with them. And then it's also not easy being a one-man wrecking crew because on another stream that we spoke about, a lot of games this year for the Celtics, Peyton Pritchard stepped in and helped and save them a lot of times this year. Some games he having 22, 21, 25. Peyton Pritchard, 31. Like, he carried a lot of weight to help JB. So it wasn't just JB, granted. But that's the side of, sports and basketball, since that's what we're specifically speaking about, that a lot of people don't really give, true credence to because, yeah, it's the team accomplishment, which Trusty Champagne and I've had some back and forth in our own chat about certain topics or whatever. It's a team accomplishment, but individuals still get awards from those things. So if we're going to give him as much praise as we can, but they ended up being up 3-1 with Tatum averaging a double-double. And we have to at least be fair to that. Now, what if Tatum wasn't there at all? Would they have still beat Philly with no problem? We don't know because one of your guys who had been out came back. He's averaging a double-double. Now, we all agreed he was playing too many minutes when he first came back. There's no way a player coming off an Achilles rupture and tear should be playing 35-plus minutes a night. There is no way he should have been playing that many minutes. But, case in point for Jaylen Brown's sake, that also, with Tatum being out, that allowed him to bump himself up in MVP talk. But it's crazy and ironic that Tatum is still being considered the better player on the team. And he came off an Achilles rupture. Something there is missing. And I believe that plays a part as to why Brown would like to, move and go to his own team, because JT and JB are going to always be tied together. It's nothing like MJ and Scotty or when Brown played with Wade for those few years. JB and JT are always tied together somehow.
Ace.
And I think JB wants to get up from under that umbrella. What you got, bro?
Ace. JB not wanting to move, man.
JB wants to get his own team, bro. I honestly, deep down, believe he wants to get his own team. He does want his own team.
This all coming from management, bro.
But the thing is that they took. I believe they took his words. They took his words of this being his best year. They lost 3-1 and they had a chance to win. How is it your best season and your running mate wasn't even playing with you, who you won a championship with? How could this be your best year?
That's easy.
I mean,
because they've been two peas in a pod, bro. This is the machines doing, bro. This is the machines doing. I think I always said that new group that came in, I told my homie, man, when they bought them, that came in and bought the Celtics, I said, I bet you anything they're going to try to split these boys up. I bet you anything, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you need new flooring, go get new flooring. But leave the appliances, bro. I don't know, man. I just see it different, bro. This is a management call, man. I don't see Jay Brown doing this, man.
I just believe that Jaylen Brown has the opportunity of a lifetime that a lot of guys don't get a chance to have, because some guys, when they get the opportunity, they fold or they don't produce in the same facet they may have as they did before. Give you an example. Jordan Poole in that Golden State Warriors offense, 20 points off the bench, could have been 6th man of the year, all those things. He get to the Pelicans, we hear nothing from Jordan Poole, because it's different once you're fully on the scouting report. That's the part of it that I was mentioning, that when guys end up getting their own team, you don't really realize what type of weight you're actually carrying. Because once again, as Tristan Champagne and I have had conversations, this is a team sport. This is not like tennis or golf where it's just you on your own. You need guys. You need help. You need, as Shaq refers to them as, those others. You need those. You need those guys. And in Jordan Poole's case, when he left from Golden State to go to the Pelicans, he has not been the same player that others had viewed him to be, because he averaged 22 points off the bench behind Curry, Clay, and Wiggins at the time. He looked like a formidable all-star in the league. Once he got to the Pelicans, and you're the main guy on the scouting report,
but people don't respect
all that stuff
gravity.
Changes.
People don't respect the gravity that Curry brings to the table, man. I still say gravity is the reason why KD had so much success in the finals.
Yeah, KD averaged 30 plus points in the finals, because Curry still averages regular numbers. He averages 25, 26.
Gravity is a thing, folks. I'm sorry. Gravity is a thing.
And you know, that's a part of the conversation that a lot of people don't really, give, once again, credence to, because there have been articles, there have been videos, there have been podcasts, there have been interviews with Ty Lue, the coach, where they came back 3-1, and then when they played him, 2 more years following that, where he said Steph Curry was our he was our assignment. Because, as you mentioned, gravity is very important in basketball. People don't understand what that means. It's not just having an extra body, like if you had a Shaquille O'Neal in the paint, now you need another body there. No, that's gravity, but that gravity was different than what Steph Curry's gravity is, because he's doing everything he's doing without the basketball. Now, does he have a nice handle? Steph Curry for sure has a nice handle on him. But what Curry is doing to get other guys open, get other guys involved, allowing Clay to get his consistent shots, Wiggins get his shot, Payton get his Gary Payton II get his backdoor cuts, Draymond doing his drop off, his slips to the rim, somebody close out, he has another shoot in the corner. Like Steph Curry, as you mentioned, with the gravity, has allowed that team to flourish with the same offense and win 4 championships with plugging Kevin Durant, an average of 27 plus points per game scorer, to that offense where he didn't even have to do anything. There was no extra traction he had to gravitate to him, because Steph Curry and Clay also on the same team. Who are you going to guard at that point? So you're absolutely right. Steph Curry with the gravity for that definitely played a huge, huge, huge role in them winning successfully with the team that they had orchestrated together. But make no mistake, Curry made sure for us to understand that he was the main reason for them winning, because he ended up getting a 4th one as the Finals MVP as well in 2022, I believe. Yeah, 22. So I'm with you. I'm with you, Rev. I just believe JB. he's gonna need his own team because it's just too much. It's too much heat around him with everything going on in the media right now. And with Boston already shopping for him and him being a part of a potential trade to Milwaukee, it's already stirred up. So I have to concede to what you said earlier. It's a management call.
Yeah, I've been watching, man. Well, the three of us been closely watching because we wanted to see what was gonna, what today was gonna, who was gonna unfold with today, and just hearing all the buzz, like, when we dealt with, we already knew what they were doing to what he did to himself, Ja Morant. He did it to himself. They kept talking about his stock was dipping, stock was dipping, stock was dipping. And man, Memphis didn't have to give up too much. That's a lot of times, man, a team will, like a player like Ja, a team will shop him and trade him to someone in a total different conference. You could tell because his stock dropped, so they had to take what they could get in the same conference. So they're gonna end up seeing Ja at least two, 3, 4 times this upcoming season. And NBA gonna play that role. They're gonna play that role. They're gonna make sure the first 2 games are gonna be on about to say TNT, on ESPN or Peacock somewhere, because it's gonna be must-see TV. So my thing again, I hate what they're doing to Jaylen Brown. I think it's unfortunate. I don't appreciate it, but it's a business. I just don't like. Well, is this business? Like, I think they're trying to make a statement. That's why I wish him much success if the Rockets don't win the championship next.
Man, you got to stop this, man. You got to stop this.
I said if, bro. I said if. Look, I'm not trying to give no guarantees, man. I'm not trying to give any guarantees, bro. When you got these cats being yanked up with this with this gambling, they getting yanked up. Malik Beasley, they looking at one game how the game was out of reach. It was 119 to 110. Dude shoots a free throw. This clown gets the ball and just runs up the court, dunk. Game over. Like, bro, what? But again, I'm just saying, if my Rockets don't win a championship, wherever Jalen lands, I wish him success, man, because I don't like how they're doing. I think he needs to. I believe in dynasties, bro. I'm old school like that. I attended Grambling State University, man. Most successful HBCU college in the United States of America. I believe in dynasty. I believe in building dynasties. I believe maintaining your dynasty, especially if they're young. Celtics, what are we doing? I know exactly what they're doing.
They don't have a clue. And whatever they are doing, it's not for us to know or see, just like some of these trades that are happening. Ja Morant going to freaking Portland was not on my bucket list to talk about. But because the trade happened, now it's on my bucket list to talk about. Because that came out of left field. Do you hear me? That came out of left field.
When you told me about it, what I asked you?
You said, is it a rumor or is it real? Because you wasn't sure, and it's definitely a deal.
I had to go. I had to go to X. I had to go to X.
Not you had to go to X. I'm dead. Put me in the coffin. I'm dead,
bro. Hey, Sam is our new Woj, man. If Sam don't report it,
yeah.
What are we doing?
Nah, man. It was a real trade, and just like Minnesota blew everything up. Charlotte blew everything up. The Trailblazers just
Man, Minnesota blew everybody up.
they blew everything up in Minnesota. But Charlotte, I think, did worse for y'all to at least have the young talent that y'all did.
Man, the potential they had, bro.
They blew everything up. They're literally putting the keys in Con Knippel's hands and Naz Reid at this point. And Kobe White.
Bro, they remind me of the 1997 the Florida Marlins. Yeah. The 1997 Florida Marlins when they won the World Series in the offseason fire sale. And then they got back to the World Series a few years later, another fire sale. Like, I don't know, man.
Man, but the Ja Morant trade, man, it threw me for a loop because as I told you guys earlier, they're a lot of these teams are trying to be more guard centric. Like they're trying to have one big and mainly guards. Like look at the Knicks. Look at the Knicks lineup. All guards, one forward maybe, and one big. Like Cat is a starting big. OG's playing at 4, but he's actually a 2-3. Mikal's playing the 3. Josh Hart's playing the 2. Jalen Brunson's playing the 1. Every time a champion wins, and someone else on TV said this, and I had to really like hone in and pay attention to it. Whatever team wins a championship, other teams try to find the formula to fit what that team's makeup is to beat them every single time. You think of every champion who's won. But go ahead.
Breaking news. Harrison Barnes decides to sign a 1-year deal back with San Antonio for $8 million. Proceed.
Well, that's not unless that's the new vet minimum. He getting paid to stay in San Antonio, man.
Bro, that's a smart move, by the way, folks.
No, it is. It is for him for sure. Because if he have any chance of winning, San Antonio will be his bet. But I'll say this, and you're going to hear it here first. Every year for Wemby has ended up being a year of prosperity for him. And the reason I say that because when he should have won a Defensive Player of the Year, he didn't. The next year he was hurt. Cool. He ended up getting one unanimously. Every round he went to, he got better, and better. Made it to the finals this year. Spurs could actually go to the finals next year.
Yeah, have a good 4.
Hey, you know what extension surprised me though? Out of a lot of these extensions, I thought Shamet was going to get a little bit more. He got a very, very team-friendly deal.
What, he got like a 3-year, $24 million?
4-year.
4-year, $24 million.
Yeah. So here we go.
So what he'll be making? He'll be making like $6 million a year, almost 7.
Yeah. So Memphis Grizzlies are trading 2-time guard. Trailblazers getting Jeremy Grant, which that's a nice pickup, and Chris Murray.
That's a heck of a pickup. Jeremy Grant is a heck of a pickup. Oh my goodness.
Very nice pickup.
He is so underrated.
They didn't try to find out what other.
But the thing is, think about how many guards they have in Portland. They have like 10 guards on roster right now. They have like 10 guards on roster. And then you just brought in Ja Morant. Klingit is your actual only big, and Jeremy Grant played your 3, 4, 5 if you needed him to play the 5, and you just got rid of him.
Bro, they said the AI said that's not a deal. That's a white flag and a prayer. Portland just won Portland just won the lottery in broad daylight while the Grizzlies front office packs up the office.
Man.
The Blazers are about to be must-see TV for all the chaos.
But just think about how many guards they have. You have Drew Holiday, you have Scoot Henderson, you have Sharp, you have Ja Morant, you have Damian Lillard, like you have Andy, Denny, you have Denny. Like they have so many guards. Like there is somebody else is getting traded from there to a team. Somebody is. Let Dame come to Miami. Let him come to Miami. We'll take him.
Well, at one time it was on the table.
It was
about 2 years ago.
but it was before he had went to Milwaukee.
Yeah, but Portland wanted too much,
and Miami wasn't giving it to him. But now Giannis is there. Dame could go ahead, come on, because you have to realize they have Drew Holiday, they have Scoot Henderson, they have Sharp, and now they have Ja Morant. Dame gonna only be there for so long because Dame is in his 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well let him come up off that deal, do a little sign and trade, let him come to Miami, be one of our shooters because we know he can shoot. He had a whole Achilles injury, didn't play all year, came and won a 3-point contest.
3-point competition, yeah. Look, let's get in some of these other signings, man. We already know about Champagne. He pretty much saw the writing on the wall with that. This move that Draymond Green has done. Talk to me. Is that gonna work? Is that gonna be good enough to work?
You talking about him sacrificing for LeBron or AD to come to Golden State?
Is that?
I'm gonna let Trusty go ahead and start off first.
Oh no. No sir.
Man, bro.
So if he denied, I'll just say it this way then. If he denied his player option to get a different deal so that they can bring in LeBron James and Anthony Davis, cool, more power to you. What is your team going to look like when they get there? Because now you're going to put yourself in a position where y'all are going to end up being the oldest team in the league by a large margin because Steph Curry turns 39 this year. LeBron turns 42 in December.
Well, they're going to have the Uncle Drew crew.
And so then you bring in a non-consistently playing Anthony Davis. You're also going to join a team with a technical foul taking, baiting Draymond Green, who's at some point in time he's gonna explode, and you might be one of the reasons he's gonna explode because he blow up on all his teammates except Steph Curry.
And we don't know about that either. It's just that he ain't been reported on that.
It hasn't been reported, but it also hasn't been visibly shown to where he's ever gone as Steph. Now we've seen Steph when Draymond Green do certain things like.
Well, he's the leader of that team.
But it's never been them bickering back and forth in front of everybody like he did with KD.
Because he knows who bring that money in. He knows
he know who to get it right for then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's your team. I bet not. I mean, shut the hell up, man. You got it. I ain't bothering nobody.
But if you're talking about an older team, they'll be the oldest team by far. Like by far.
Yes.
Like by a landslide. Like there will be nobody in second as far as comparing age-wise.
Look, okay.
Although they all still play very well at their age.
I said LeBron won't be a Laker. As soon as the Lakers didn't re-sign his tender last year, I said he won't be back as a Laker. Unless they do a sign and trade right now. With that being said, do y'all see Durant being upset and with the Detroit Pistons for the lowball offer, and he's talking to the Lakers, and they're talking about a sign and trade, bringing him to the Lakers? And I'm saying to myself, son, you had
Who is
one
this again?
breakout year.
Who
Durant,
is this again?
Detroit Pistons, Durant.
The big man, Duran. Oh, got you.
Yeah,
Jalen.
yeah, Durant. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, young man, you had one breakout season. Like,
That season
won't
was
you
not what it was because in the playoffs he looked bad.
terrible?
You know, who was this again? You know.
The big man for Detroit, Jalen Duran, that post
Okay.
player.
Yeah.
Is that how to pronounce his name, Duran?
Duran, yes, yeah, Jalen Duran.
Oh, my I'm turn that man to a rock group. My bad. Remember, hey, Sean P. Remember Duran?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's before my time. I can't relate to that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well
Hey,
before
they
you.
was
That was
nice.
80s.
They was nice back in the day.
Oh yeah. For real. They were real nice. I don't know what they offered, and I'm sure that's gonna come out. But I think it was respectful. Like they didn't they didn't overachieve because they was a monster year before, right? It's kind of like when we talked about Osumo, how he played for a check in the playoffs. Well, the same can be said about Duran.
Well, so the thing, Rev, is these guys play for their check during the regular season, and when the playoffs come, they get those awards. They're already gonna get paid. That's the unfortunate thing, and the next unfortunate thing for these athletes too is that not their personal lives.
You talking about when they make first, second, third teams?
Yeah. When they make the first, second, third teams, defensive teams, all-stars, if any of that is in their contracts, they'll get that paid, next check coming to them regardless.
Yes.
But the next unfortunate thing for them, however, is that not their personal life, but their finances are all over the internet. So you can't even hide what it is that you're going to get paid, how much it's going to be, any of that, based on the accomplishments you did, receive throughout the season. So you make an all NBA team during the season, and then you get in the playoffs and you score 5 points, 5 rebounds. You're still going to get paid because of what you did during the regular season. They don't do it based off the playoff. They do it based off the regular season, which it's an unfortunate thing, but these guys got to get paid somehow.
And I specifically brought him up because I don't think you're, man, if it wasn't for JB Bickerstaff, he put you in a position to win. And I think you're doing a disservice for all this prima donna acting that you're doing right now. And I don't think it's fair to him because you let him down. I'm sorry, you straight up let him down in the playoffs.
He let Cade down because Cade carried his weight coming off a collapsed lung. Cade carried his weight.
Yeah, and so I don't know, man. I brought him up for a reason because I think out of all of the signings and out of all the disagreements, even with Jaylen Brown, I mean, Jaylen Brown has a he has a point in how they're handling him right now. But Duran, man, brother, what are you doing? What was he projected? Was he projected to get a max deal or something? Because whoever his agent, bro, he's finna get it. Obviously, he's finna do a signing trade. That's for my resources. He's about to do a sign and trade with the Los Angeles Lakers. What LA getting back? They probably gonna put 8 in that cap package, I'm sure. I don't know what they're gonna throw in there. I was flabbergasted when I heard it because he said he felt disrespected, and I'm like, brother, and I get it. You're right, Ace. You're right. Your first, second, third teams, man. Look, when they make it, they want their bonus. I get it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I see you should have, bro, come back for your coach. And I get it's business, But you was finna get a raise because he's still on his rookie contract, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
so you was gonna
he's only 21, 22 years old. He's very
you
young.
was getting a raise.
Very
So
young.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, dog. I don't know. I'm disappointed, man. I will say that.
You're talking about for Duran altogether?
I'm very disappointed. Out of all of what we've been hearing, we understood about, Ja Morant was his stock been plummeting since game 6 of last year. I get it. That's not a surprise. That's the narrative they want to tell. That's not a surprise. Y'all, out of your disdain for Ja, you made you made Portland a nice killer team, is what you done. Out of your, I want to just say it, ignorance. But Duran, bro, what are you doing? Because they didn't, I know they offered you more than 15 million. If you wanted 40 million, bro, you need to sit down somewhere.
But he gonna get that. He already gonna get that. I think he was on par to get a 4-year, 240 to 280 million, $287 million contract.
That's crazy.
Look, 4-year, 240 to 287. So he was gonna get that. It's just who was willing to pay it because of his production throughout the regular season. Because when K was out, he was averaging over 20. But once again, that's you playing multiple teams. You're not playing the same team for a 7-game series who can expose your flaws. That's completely different. But because he made an All-NBA team, and I believe a defensive team, he was going to get paid regardless.
Hey, look,
and he was an All-Star this year, so he was definitely going to get paid.
Somebody sent me a message. Going back to we're coming back to free agency, but going back to the WNBA, like this Paige chick and your girl Miles.
Talk about Paige Beckers.
My God.
Hey, she one of them. She one of them.
Bro. All this race baiting and it's not even race baiting. They just really think Caitlin Clark needs to be out there doing her thing. And she's the best thing in sliced bread, and she's really not. She's leading the league in blow-bys. She's terrible on defense. She pouts on the bench. Like, there's a whole bunch going on with this little girl, man. And y'all need to chill, man. Y'all need to chill. There's some good basketball being played right now in the WNBA, dog. I actually saw the Atlanta Dream lose, and Alyssa Gray had 2 subpar games, and they need her. They need her. They need her to step up. I'll say that they need her to step up, and because Angel Reese can only do so much, she's not an offensive threat, and like you said, it's a guard centric, so you need that outside shot. You need that outside shot.
Yeah. And, the leagues are definitely pushing to be more guard centric, man. I don't know if they're trying to slowly push the big men, big women away.
Well,
or what the overall plan is, but a lot of teams are going for more guards and more fundamental and skill.
You know why they're doing that. You know why they're doing that.
Oh no, I don't. But we can talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it offline. I ain't trying to get us flagged. I'm just saying, man. Hey, big shout out to Boots Ennis. Knocked out Xander Zayas. I didn't see that coming the way it went down, but big shout out to him. But back to this free agency, man. You got Marcus Smart opted out of his contract. Rumor has it, look, man, shout out to my man at Rockets Digest. We've talked about how he be, you know, dude be on some information. Now you be putting some information out there. I think he be just reaching sometimes, man. But he seriously think that the Rockets about to pick up Marcus Smart to a nice, I think he said 3 to 4 year deal, which wouldn't be bad. I mean, we need that toughness back. We lost that at Dylan Brooks. I still hated that trade. Still hate that trade, rather. I don't think we needed KE, but yeah, here we are. So you got, you also have. I thought Kuminga opted out, and my man's Ace corrected me, and Atlanta didn't pick up on his offer, so he's a free agent.
Man, I'm trying to be our Shams.
Hey, that's what you're looking up now?
No. I'm just trying to. When we get information, I want to make sure it's as accurate as it can be.
Bro, that Ja Morant, I had to look at X, Bleacher Report.
Hey, look, when I get that information, I see it already. I might not have said nothing right away, but I seen it when it happened. My jaw dropped. I was holding my son. I couldn't drop him, so I had to let my jaw drop.
Yeah, man, like there's some, like I said, you got to be real desperate to trade a solid all-star caliber player to a team in your same conference. Like
teams in the past didn't really used to do that, if I'm not mistaken. They wasn't trading you with no players in your same conference.
No.
Not like that. They trying to send you. If they could send you across the world, they would.
Man, look what Pop did. Look what Pop did to Kawhi.
Sent that man to Toronto. He went to get a championship.
And speaking of, they talking about bringing him back.
No, I mean it's contextual as to how they won that championship. But you sent him somewhere to a whole. You sent him to the other side of North America.
The corner of North America.
And he went and got a championship. Yeah, so it don't always work out, for teams when they trade you to certain locations or destinations. But in the past, from what I've learned and what I've gathered over the years, they weren't trading you with a team in the same conference, let alone on the same side of the world. They trying to, if you're in Miami, they trying to send you to Sacramento.
Yes, sir.
Like they don't want you to stay in the East.
Yeah.
But all these no trade clauses, which we mentioned earlier, they have all these players with all these no trade clauses. Like they just giving them out like a pack of candy.
And so remember we talked about like why didn't the Rockets upgrade why didn't it upgrade
at the point guard spot? My brother watching that WNBA game, it got him going.
Wow, man, ain't no games on tonight when I'm watching these Astros, man. They kind of getting cheated.
Oh man.
They're getting cheated on that one. They're getting cheated. They want the hottest team in the MLB right now. No, you don't do that though. The same exact team in your conference, like, did they get any picks out of that trade?
You talking about the Trailblazers?
Yeah, all I saw was
they traded. They trade. I think they traded more than Ja Morant though. They traded him and another player it was Ja Morant and some picks for Jeremy Grant, Chris Murray, and like 2 picks.
Man, that's crazy. Anyway, so Kuminga is he a restricted free agent or is he unrestricted? Since they didn't take up that option.
Which one?
Kuminga.
I believe he's unrestricted because they didn't pick up his option. Okay,
so you got him out there. Word is that the Rockets are going to offer Tari a
Eason
4-year. Yeah.
I'm surprised they plan on keeping him.
Yeah, 3-year, 8 a year. So that's what, $24 million. That's of course from your boy Rockets Digest.
Jesus.
That and Porzingis going back to he just signed I want to say 22 million with the 2-year 22 million with the Golden State.
Yeah, and Kuminga is an unrestricted free agent, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah,
okay.
I just fact checked it, but yeah, he's an
okay. Gotcha. So Porzingis going back to you're gonna run it back with the Golden State.
That man, hold on. We got to tap this tape. We got to tap that one. Hold on.
I don't.
They actually would have a decent team. They would have a full team of veterans.
They need
not
to
many young guys.
They need to make an addition. We all said they going. Well, we said they gonna make a splash. I wasn't looking for this kind of. This is that's not even a splash. This is emptying the whole.
They emptying the bank account basically.
They empty. I'm talking about on this dive. All the water coming out the pool.
They sound like Trey Songz with it.
Cannonball.
but you used a word earlier that make me have to say it this way too: is all LeBron fans getting desperate?
Well,
that he's playing this long, playing this great, but he's not winning. So now he's needing to validate getting his 5th championship. And so to be so desperate to go play with the guy who's beaten you 3 times in the finals.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Is that a part of a conversation? Mind you, I'm playing devil's advocate, and I need trusted Sean P to kind of keep it in check with D.
I'm gonna ask the tough question: do we respect this as, you know what I'm saying? Like, do we respect this chip if it comes? Like, who's gonna get the glory?
I need trustee. I need trustee on this one. I need him.
Him, dog. It needs to be answered, dog. If they pull this off and they win a chip this year,
would Anthony Davis, all of them would be with Clutch Sports besides Steph.
Right.
So how can we not say it's not orchestrated that way? Like at this point,
man, I told you, dog. I don't trust Google anything about LeBron, dog.
Well,
I'm
gonna say this.
Great.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, and if this should happen, one thing I can guarantee: that's Steph's team.
It is.
You about to upset some people. You about to upset some people listening.
That's too bad. I've been saying this over and over again. The entire time he was in Miami, yes, he was LeBron James, but that was D Wade's team. And he said that ad nauseum. He let that's not my team. And he was the first option. Period. So everybody, he took a lot of heat because of that. And no pun intended, but he did. He took a lot of heat because people can't see past what they feel is, Benedict, you left your team. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you something. If I worked on the same job for 10 years with only a modicum of success, and I know that my ceiling is higher, why am I going to stay there? Especially if I know that I'm not going to have coworkers who have the same mindset, who have the same drive, who are even nearly as, what do I want to say is the good word for it? They just don't have the same work ethic that I had. They don't have the same talents that I had. Yes, they're good, but they don't fit. It's not working. So I'm just supposed to sit there for the next 20 years? No. Would you do that? No, it's ridiculous to think that. Now, how he did it was kind of weird. I gotta admit that was some weird stuff, man. You gonna sit there and wait and then put out a press conference where you jockeying for likes, man? Come on, man.
You talking about the decision?
The decision.
Yeah, but understand this as well. That's a new generation, man. I mean, we look at him as the old man, but I'm 57 myself. Just a kid to me, and that's the expectation of kids. They lived in a Facebook, Instagram world, man. Everything they do is for likes, for validation. So I took that into consideration. I still didn't think it was the right thing to do. I mean, you left the old team handcuffed because you held on for so long. But did he really? Because he didn't expect to leave. Well, he probably did, but not to go to Miami. I think he and D Wade were trying to link up in New York, actually.
So it was a few options that they had.
Yeah.
D Wade with his knee injuries, he didn't want to go anywhere that was considered cold,
Right.
Initially. But if he was to go somewhere, he was going to go home first. And Chicago
Absolutely.
was his first. That was his first option.
That's right. He did. That was true. And here's the other thing: they were trying to get a second run for D Wade because he was highly underutilized when he was in Cleveland.
Yeah, no, he was. He wasn't doing. Yeah, he wasn't doing.
The other thing LeBron was trying to do was to talk him into a second run, and I believe they had a new coach. So to give him the opportunity that LeBron knew he needed, that he didn't get the first time around, to be that team that could challenge, Boston, get challenge in the East, and possibly come out on top. Now that didn't happen. And that was not LeBron's fault. The owners and management balked on him. And when he brought up a few other players, they balked on that as well. And then that's when Pat Riley went to work. Pat Riley, not LeBron, went out and got Chris Bosh. Then came and actively pursued LeBron, saying, hey, we got 3 of your class. Man, come on, be a part of this.
Yeah, but they had already had that conversation.
They had that conversation.
We already talked about that.
They had the conversation. D Wade and LeBron wanted to play together. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. However, they were all three were already free agents.
And to be fair, if we're gonna be fair, Chris Bosh wasn't even the first option that they was considering. Melo was supposed to be.
Who wouldn't have wanted Melo? One of the premier scores, man.
Melo originally was supposed to be the one to go with him, but he had signed that extension with Denver before he got traded to New York.
Right.
So he didn't leave that cushion for him to be able to get that money later down.
But I don't think they would have won a single championship with Melo.
You don't think they would have?
No, because he's a scorer. He needs that ball.
That's hard for me to believe.
I believe that. I don't believe they would have, because
as young as those guys were,
fit that puzzle
under Pat Riley. It's all hypothetical now, but
Pat wasn't coaching.
No, he wasn't coaching, but as you alluded to, he did make sure to help orchestrate that.
Yeah, he
did. They would have had that conversation with Melo.
I'm sorry, but
this is what we're looking to do.
I just don't think bad when I say
this. It's too many shots needed.
I might get talked about bad when I say this, man. But I believe if Carmelo would have gone, they weren't going to lose against Dallas.
Well, that may be true.
And that's the thing. That would have been the first championship they would have won. But the only issue, like Sean P mentioned, and you did as well, Rev, is now the question is who actually is going to be guarding Dirk. If we're gonna just plug and tug, take Chris Bosh out, put Melo in there, who is going to actually guard Dirk? LeBron going to guard him?
Yeah, no.
We know Melo is not really considered an actual defender. Now he can hold his own. Don't get me wrong, he can hold his own. But as far as someone who could actually guard at being 6'8", 6'9", Chris Bosh being 6'11".
Yeah,
lefty, long.
Yeah,
he still had a problem with Dirk, and that was his primary. That's his primary position.
Can we just admit that Dirk was a beast?
No, absolutely.
No, that series. It was. I
take them. Dirk arguably has one of if not the greatest championship run in NBA history.
Yeah,
but I'll say this though,
because of the Hall of Famers he knocked off on his road to the championship.
And you know what? That sometimes has a lot to do the emotion of it. No, hey, this one's for our big guy. This is for the guy who's giving this organization we got to go out here. You can't account for that. See, we were talking analytics before. There's no analytical stat for that.
It's not one. No, you're absolutely right. But I also believe Dirk wanted to get his lick back from 2006.
Absolutely.
Hey, look, okay. Out of the great play that Dirk, it meant nothing if LeBron would have pulled his weight.
Mm-hmm.
It would have meant nothing. Because honestly, let's keep it a buck. And the reason why we don't say it is because he lost in the second one. But he had a great series then. He had a great series. The second round, he had another great series.
As Trusty Sean P alluded to about the emotional aspect inside of it, Miami only wanted to beat one team. And once they realized they can beat them, they really didn't care about anybody else. And that was Boston.
Right.
Well,
but I'm only saying that, and then I'm gonna give the floor back to you, Rev, is that D Wade had lost to Boston 2-3 years in a row. And LeBron kept losing to Boston. So that was more of an emotional run for them guys. The moment they beat, because Wade averaged 33 points in that series. That series alone, he averaged 33 points in 2010, 2011 against Boston alone.
Answer this for me, because a lot of players, a lot of people, LeBron fans, they keep just saying, well, man, I mean, come on, bro. He beat the Utah Jazz. Who are the Utah Jazz? We can say the same thing for the 2011-2012 Dallas Mavericks.
You talking about MJ?
Yeah, that they always say that.
Come on, man.
Bro, they always say that. But my point is saying that.
That's crazy.
My point is saying that they can say this. You could easily say the same thing about the Dallas Mavericks, 2011-2012 Dallas Mavericks.
There was one legitimate superstar on that team. Their second best scorer on the team was injured the whole year.
But my point is saying that though is
Dirk beat 3 guys in their prime.
Dirk balled out, bro, in the second series. In the 2011 and 2012.
The guy who's considered to be arguably in the GOAT conversation was the 5th leading scorer in that series. D Wade, Dirk, Chris Bosh, Jason Terry, Ben LeBron.
Yeah.
At 17.8 points per game. I know this stuff off the top of my head because I had to sit here and watch it.
Hey, look. If you sit here and tell me this man let Jason Terry outplay him, bro, I don't care how many times you dunked on him when he was in Milwaukee. That thing hurt.
This man went and got a championship tattooed on his arm, on his bicep, knowing that they was going to beat Miami.
Oh, he did that before?
Jason Terry went and got a championship trophy, the Larry O'Brien championship trophy, tattooed on his bicep. Yes.
Ooh.
He got it tattooed before the series.
I didn't know that.
Knowing that they was going to beat Miami. I go all the way in to get this information.
I didn't know that.
Terry has he has a championship tattoo of the Larry O'Brien trophy on his bicep.
Well, that's faith, man. And then also that kind of speaking it into existence too. Hey, look, man, I put this on here. We gotta get this thing now.
Well, he knows something we don't know.
What's the word that a lot of people use today? Manifestation.
Yeah, that was some transpersonal psychology right there.
Yeah, I don't know about a whole lot, but sure, that's bold.
But I want to tie it back to this next championship he get, because if he gets a 5th one, that means Curry is going to get a 5th one. So how is Curry not going to be technically considered to be above him at this point?
And he's not going to be the first option.
Nah, he's going to be the one trying to pass the ball.
Of course.
Well, yeah, but does he need to be the point guard? They got Curry.
Well, we know Curry is not your traditional point guard based on how we view the game. All of us are different. All of us see the game completely different.
Are they going to play the elevator? Are they going to play the elevator? Are they going to call it elevator play?
What they call it, elevator screens.
Yeah.
I mean, between him and Draymond, well, I wouldn't use Anthony Davis because he gonna be out. He's gonna be out for like 25 games. So it had to be LeBron and Draymond. But is Curry gonna be the only one shooting the ball? Is the question too. If they was able to pull this off,
man,
who's gonna be the next odd man out?
Man, go get Clay. Go get Clay, dog.
Nah, I need Clay in Miami. Missed that.
Go get Clay, dog. Go get Clay, man.
Put Clay in Miami with Giannis and Bam. That's what I want.
Bring your brother back home, man. Come on back home.
Leave your brother at home. Leave him at home.
See, you
let
selfishly.
let your
selfishly
brother go to
speaking
your let
now.
your brother go to your cousin house across
Look,
the country.
you selfishly speaking now, brother. Can't be
I'm
like
supposed
that.
to talk about your Rockets if they don't win the championship. We know they ain't winning no championship. You talking about if.
Hey, brother.
Trust
Hey,
you hear him talking
hey,
about if the Rockets win.
say, man, look,
They got to get a
look.
point guard.
Say, dog, look. Hey, quiet as kept. Quiet as kept. That
You was
trade up.
you was wanting Ja Morant to be over there. That's what you wanted.
Nah, I ain't want Morant. I ain't want Morant. Morant ain't finna get that ball up to KD, dog.
Oh, he ain't gonna have no choice. He ain't gonna have no choice. Ime Udoka is a really good coach, and he do not play that.
Hey, man, they went up and got that kid from Ohio State, and I don't know, dog. I'm hearing some things. THANGS.
But
I'm
you know
hearing
what?
some things.
But the even though Ja Morant is in Portland, I can still see Portland making a trade with either potentially Houston or Miami for Drew Holiday or Dame Lillard to leave. You heard it here first. Because they have too many guards. They're going to have to come off of some of them. They're going to have to. Dame either going to leave or Drew Holiday is going to leave in the sign and trade.
No, they're gonna probably package Drew.
I can see Dame leaving because he's older. They're going younger. That's why Milwaukee didn't do. That's why Milwaukee didn't do the trade.
He's not leaving home again. He's not leaving home.
He's not gonna have a choice if he don't have no trade clause. He don't have a choice. But he's also getting older. Think about it. Everything that Portland's doing, they're going younger. That's why Milwaukee didn't do the trade with the Celtics for JB. They're going another direction. They're going younger.
No, they didn't do a trade with JB because they wanted a whole.
They're not going to do the trade, but mark my words, Drew Holiday. Or
they wanted Ron Harper Jr. That's why they didn't do that trade. They wanted Ron Harper Jr. That's why they didn't do that trade.
You're talking about from the Spurs? They want to do a three-way?
No. Ron, not Dylan Harper, but remember Ron Harper Jr. is in Boston.
Oh, he is it.
And they didn't want to give him up.
He isn't.
They didn't want to give him up.
Right. He isn't.
Him and another youngster, they was not giving up.
He is in Boston. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So I get it, but I mean that's
he definitely is in Boston. You're right. Once you see a team start going young, just like Charlotte surprised us all with the trades they just made. Like y'all were on the verge of making the playoffs. Y'all get rid of LaMelo, Josh Green, and Miles Bridges. It makes no sense unless they're trying to build around Brandon Miller and Con Knuckles. That's the only thing I could think of.
I was going to
because those are the only two players that's still there.
I was going to bring up Bridges, man. I didn't see that one coming, and they see something we don't, and they got. I guess they got success.
They see analytics. That's all they see is numbers. That's it. That's all they see, Rev. They do not see the actual game of basketball.
I'm glad Philly. I'm glad Philly fired the mad scientist. And
Daryl Morey. Talking about Daryl Morey.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think they released him once they lost. They let him go.
Oh, immediately.
Hey, did you see that Ben Simmons is trying to make a comeback?
Okay.
I did. But where though? Who gonna pay him?
Nobody.
Who can't shoot?
Keith Sweat. Nobody.
Look,
that's exactly.
I remember the Rockets. The Rockets wanted him. The Rockets wanted him, and he didn't want to. He stayed in L.A. He didn't want to go to the Rockets.
Any team that need a decent point guard that's also a pretty good defender, Ben Simmons would be perfect for them. But they don't want to deal with. But the thing that we're not,
work on the shot,
you guys. But one of the things that we're not paying attention to is how a lot of these younger guys are coming in, and they're having way too many issues when they come in. They're having way too many issues. Way too many. Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards, Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz at a point in time. LaMelo Ball just got traded because he was having issues with his coach. A lot of the young guys don't have veterans to coach them, walk them through how to get through the NBA. Certain things, don't worry about that. That coach ain't mean it this way. This is what he actually meant. Yada 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 yada. A lot of these teams don't have real true vets anymore that could coach these guys to let them know, like, this is the NBA way. If you want to have a long, successful career, you do this, you do this, you do that. A lot of these guys don't have that. They're being paid so much money so early, and then they're doing whatever they want to do, not realizing there's also repercussions to every decision you make.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what Minnesota is going to do, but I hope and pray they're not done. Because if they are, it's going to be another wasted year for Anthony, and I hate that.
I can see Rudy Gobert leaving too.
Oh, they need to get rid of him.
I can see Rudy Gobert leaving too.
Well, damn.
They need to get rid of
him. For real, I could see Rudy Gobert not being there anymore because you have him there. So, Trusty, just let me know. Please correct.
Mm-hmm. I can't do that. I'm just going to listen. I'll give you my opinion.
No, absolutely. Constructed right now. Do Minnesota have an inside presence?
No, heck no.
Okay, offensively, no, but people would argue defensively they do because of Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he is one of the free man defenders.
But he's a matchup problem. If it ain't Aiden, if it ain't Joker, if it ain't Embiid, if it ain't Duran, I mean, he's a matchup problem, bro.
Rudy Gobert is literally Jaren Allen without the actual footwork to roll to the basket to catch lobs consistently.
Then he's not Jaren Allen. I don't disrespect Allen like that, dog.
No, I don't. No, I don't disrespect Jaren Allen at all. I love his game. He
sound like he's about to fight there, man. He sound like he was putting his Timbs on when you said that.
Man, come on, man.
I do apologize if it sounded like that I was being disrespectful.
It did, dog. Straight disrespect. That man moved.
But I'm giving props and praise to Jaren Allen because of his defensive prowess, because he protects the rim a lot better than Rudy Gobert, but he's also a better offensive player than Rudy Gobert because he rolls to the rim as a more agile Clint Capella. Like, he understands how to get the ball. He can go to the opposite side. Like, Jared Allen saved Cleveland in one of them games or a few games in the playoffs. Offensively, though.
Man, look. I believe.
So I would choose him over Rudy Gobert, basically is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Man. Come on, man.
Absolutely.
But what they gonna do, though? They gonna have to do something, dog.
You talking about Minnesota?
And I apologize on the numbers I got.
Okay. You talking about Minnesota doing something different?
Yeah, I apologize on the numbers I got, man. I don't know where I got them numbers from. Man, Rudy getting paid $32 next year. Man, they can easily find a draft a trade package. That ain't hard to move.
But now it's who else are they going to trade, because they have, if they get rid of Rudy Gobert, they have no bigs whatsoever in Minnesota.
You got Robertson. Robertson.
They will have no bigs that you actually could have the most confidence in, knowing that they're going to be able to help you get to the next phase. They got 2 wins on the Spurs in the playoffs this year with Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid and Julius Randle. They literally got rid of the 3 men that cover the back line for them. It made no sense. This trade really makes no sense.
I'm out of there, bro. I don't know. I don't. That call not only was made.
You're flabbergasted. You're flabbergasted.
Watch this. That call was not only made, but that trade was put together by A-Rod, bro. Because it makes no sense. None. We all saw Julius leaving. We did. How? We don't know.
As a consensus, we did all kind of, all right, Julius Randle, he out of there. We all kind of
Wright was on the wall. Wright was on the wall because him and Ant was just bumping heads. Then that last game against the Spurs was just it just looked 0 points.
Too bad. It looked too bad.
It was terrible optics. So we all knew he's out of there. But Naz Reid, Cause man, when they got rid of Randall, I was like, okay, all right, Nas.
Nas Reed coming to starting lineup. He gonna get a
Hey,
chance to show a
y'all finna
starter
eat.
minutes on a
Y'all finna
consistent
eat.
basis, and
Shoot, y'all finna
got
eat
him out of
now.
there too. and I'm a big fan of Nas Reed. Like I'm a fan of
And
him.
you telling me Daniel's finna play the 4, man?
Just
You be-
think about every team that has won a championship, how the league changed from then to now.
he's not holding Anunoby, bro.
No,
Can't
no,
hold.
he can hold. No, he can hold Anunoby. Anunoby has a little bit more size on him, but McDaniels is longer than him. He has the reach. He's not going to be able to hold like your traditional forwards if you're talking about Anthony
No.
Davis or if you're talking about Giannis. Like if you're talking about guys like that, no, he's not going to hold
Man,
him.
why does Joker need to keep saying I want to stay in Denver, bro? What's that all about?
Because he's not one that's going to be trying to chase championships. That
Yeah,
man
but
don't
he
care.
keep
That man don't
but
care
for that
about nothing
man.
but his
No,
family, his
listen,
kids, and his horses.
that's not my point. For him having to keep saying I'm going to stay in Denver, I want to retire in Denver. Like it sounds like, man, they keep trying to. It sounds like he hears something we don't. Is my point.
I mean, he could be. He could be.
Like, why do you have to keep saying, man, I want to retire in Denver?
Because he probably gonna retire soon if we ain't careful. Because like I told you, he don't care about nothing but his
Nah, he
kids, his
don't.
family, and his horses. He
His
could walk away
horses.
from the game of basketball and be perfectly fine.
A1.
Like he don't care about nothing
I
else.
heard Murray in a package.
Yeah, I think it's rumored though. It was one for the Celtics. I seen that earlier. It's a rumor though. But the Celtics don't want no guards. They have enough guards. They want Aaron Gordon though.
Your boy Rockets Digest, he's really pretty much putting his foot down that Marcus Smart is coming over to the Rockets.
I mean, Marcus Smart is a pretty smart point guard. I wouldn't say he has a consistent 3-point shot, but he's a smart guard. He plays defense, but I just don't like all that flailing and flopping he does with his body. If you're a defender, play both feet on the floor. Stop putting your feet in the air, man.
Hey man, look,
I don't think any of us too much care for that flopping, flailing bull crap.
No, I can't stand it.
I'm going to be honest. If the refs really made proper calls a lot of the time, we probably wouldn't have a lot of the flopping because they miss, or it ain't even that they miss. They just let so much go at certain times. They feel like they got to do that in order to get the call. And then it just boils over to one person, the next person. Everybody's falling all over the place. It's not even basketball anymore. They should be getting scores for the proper dives.
Man, you know how bad it got when they brought up the idea of bringing out a fourth referee. That lets you know how bad it's getting. Fourth referee.
Guess what? We might need that.
But in the 75 years of this league being, in the 75 years of this league being the way that it's been and being successful, now you want to bring out a fourth referee for people flopping and flailing as if someone does something to them? If you are the defender that you say you are, how are you on the floor with your feet up? I get you taking a charge. That's one thing. But there is no way somebody's coming off a screen and you up off your feet with your face on the floor. There is no way.
They got Ja Morant at the 2 and Drew Holiday at the 3 right now.
That's not even going to stay that way. Drew going to end up at the 2 and Ja going to end up at the 1. Ja Morant can't shoot. Ja Morant is not a consistent shooter.
Just saying,
mid-range or 3-pointer. He's more of a slashing guard.
Explosive, man. He's such an explosive player, and that's where the strength of his game lies. And here's the thing about that: you got him, you got Zion, you have a lot of guys, man, who have adopted that mentality because they have the athletic prowess to pull it off. That are really suck at basketball when you take it to the basics. Period. They're just amazing athletic talents. But when you look at a true basketball player, what the expectation of, they ain't there.
So you're talking about the actual skill of the game they don't have, but their athletic ability covers
their athletic ability has, because when you got such a 40+ inch vertical and you can go over top of a 7-footer with ease, and you have the speed and the burst and the power to get past people with a minimum amount of dribble. You ain't got to be, handles galore. Your bag can be a simple, fake move, a crossover move, and then you're gone. I mean, but if you sit down and you try to analyze basketball with them and the position that they play, they'd be lost.
Sure, Al Jefferson and LaMarcus Aldridge, Zach Randolph showed us how you could do that to you.
Yeah.
None of those guys are able to jump
I'ma tell you
athletically, but
and
those guys
a
are very
great
skilled
player.
at that time.
One of the greats, one of the absolute greats, started this trend. Allen Iverson. Because before Allen, man, most of the point guards would pass first, man. You had some to score, but they would primarily pass first. They facilitated. And
a lot of people
Yeah.
not really seeing that LaMelo and Ant. They don't see that. They don't see that being.
I could see it working because it takes the ball out of Ant's hands. Because you're not gonna leave LaMelo out there because he can shoot. But now he has a consistent 25 to 27 point game per score on his team now, instead of a young Brandon Miller who's giving you 15 to 21, or a Con Knipple who will give you a really, really good game throughout the season, but then in the playoffs you're not sure because it was his first year. Miles Bridges will give you a good 12 to 18. Now he has consistent scoring with Ayo Dosunmu, Anthony Edwards, and then Jaden McDaniels. Getting rid of Naz Reid really hurt them, to be honest, because him coming off the bench, that saved them a lot of times because he was also your tweener. He was that guy that could play in between defensively and offensively. He plug and tugged in those areas where you needed to stretch forward to be able to shoot, but then the man closed out on him. He can also put the ball on the floor and get to the rim. So they collapse him there. He can get the corner pass. He can get the wing pass. He can throw it back out to the top. Anthony Edwards do his thing, go to the rim, or he take his shot. But having LaMelo Ball at least get the ball out of Anthony Edwards' hands from him having it all the time, because Julius Randle wasn't really a shooting threat unless he's having a hot game. Now Anthony Edwards can open up. Now you have somebody who can actually bring the ball up the floor for you without you having to worry about it. Ant, just run. I'm going to get the ball to you. You want a lob? Cool, got you on the lob. You want your corner shot? I'm going to create for you. They collapse on LaMelo going to the lane because he is 6'7". So you're not going to leave him open. You're not going to just leave LaMelo open.
Right.
So he can create for guys to collapse on him. Anthony Edwards sitting in the corner, Jaden McDaniels on the wing, or you swap it. The only thing that's gonna hurt him is DiVincenzo not being out there because he actually could shoot the ball. That's another guard they got. Like, they have too many guards on their team. They have way too many guards on their team.
Well, DiVincenzo ain't coming back no time soon.
Nah, he wouldn't make it back to like playoffs next year.
I don't know. 8 months, 9 months, I don't know.
I mean, Jason Tatum was just a rarity to come back sooner than he was supposed to, but that was also on their coach playing him 35 minutes per game since he came back.
Well, look, man, I'll tell you what, fellas. We're going to cut this one. And
we were just getting started good.
it's a lot of information we got to gather for Wednesdays. I don't want to tell it all now because free agency legit starts tomorrow night. We set the groundwork for
tomorrow night. It's gonna start at midnight tonight.
Yeah, midnight.
Technically,
yeah. Charge your phone up because it's gonna be the notification is gonna be going off the hinges.
And while we're at it, Wiggins did go ahead and get his 3-year extension with a player option. For Miami.
Yes.
So he's going to be in Miami.
Also, Harden he opted out, but it's said that they're about to. I thought LeBron was going to go back home, but with him opting out, I don't know.
I mean, but we know this to be LeBron's thing throughout his career. We're not going to know anything until he actually does it. And he's been the ultimate mercenary throughout his entire career. We won't know until it happens. Yeah. Even though we can kind of see some writing on the wall, like unless he does something where it's being said for him to go to Golden State, and he mess around and go to like San Antonio, New York, or something, that'll be a whole like left field.
He can't go to either one of those teams just simply because he would mess them up, man. They wouldn't even get close to a finals with him. I'm sorry, they won't. It would require too many different moves and player personnel perspective. It would take a lot of their pieces away that were successful for them.
That's what I say. I say the same thing with Golden State. I don't think that's a good fit either.
Golden State only makes the most sense because playing with Steph. He's the only piece that it make it make sense.
but Steph
He's the only piece,
ball.
not Draymond Green,
Steph,
not even
why
Anthony
was-
Davis. It's Steph.
Why was Steph unsuccessful at the beginning of the Olympics? Because the ball was in LeBron's hands. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, dog.
I hear you saying it.
Yeah, I mean, he was unsuccessful because the ball was in LeBron's hands, man.
I mean, but in the
But
end, they
LeBron is
figured
pick
it
and
out
roll.
in the end, though. They figured it out.
Well, because they put the ball in Steph's hands.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? That's not like that's why I don't think it's gonna work. I think it's I'm about to say something. That's a train wreck. And I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
I think it's going to be a repeat of the first half of the Olympics with Steph.
Mm-hmm. Think that.
It's not gonna be pretty basketball, man. Steph needs the ball in his hands, bro. Steph needs the ball in his hands.
But that's
Gravity
the loophole,
is a real thing.
But that's the loophole to Steph's game, though, Rev, is that he plays the game without the ball in his hands because he's one of the best players to move without the ball in his hands. Not too many guys can do that. Like not many guys at all in the league throughout history have moved well like Steph. Because it's hard for guys to score like that. Like Ray Allen was great doing it. Richie Miller was great doing it. Allen Houston was really good at doing it. D Wade at a really good point in his career realizing playing with certain guys, he moved without the ball. That was never Kobe. That was never AI. That was never Jordan. Even though those guys have done it based on the way the offense was.
Yeah.
Steph Curry took that to a whole nother level. They say he runs, and you can fact check me. Say he runs minimum like 4 to 5 miles a game.
Yeah, 5 to 6 miles.
Yeah, we were talking about that too, about the movement.
Yeah,
that constant movement.
So imagine how many screens are being set for him because, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it. When Steph is playing in the game, guys are literally holding him. Like they're holding him. They're not just
he is
like
gassing them out.
Trying to face guard him. Their hands and palms are literally holding his arms, his shoulders, his waist, his elbow. They're holding him because they know that once he moves, because him being 6'3", but having like a wingspan almost of a 7-footer, he probably could touch his knees standing straight up. That's how long his arms are.
Draymond will be the only one setting those screens, bro. It ain't.
I don't think so.
AD.
I don't think he'll be the only one setting them because they still have Post, they still have Santos, they still have Gary Payton II. Those guys will sacrifice themselves for him to get that shot off if they know that that's the
AD, aka Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass, street clothes. I don't think he's gonna set them. No. But if they end up getting LeBron and having Draymond, then yeah, they may set them elevator screens. They may set them, but I know those other guys are willing to sacrifice their body for him to get that shot. If that's the best shot for him to get,
I don't see it. I don't see success. It sounds good because of their. It sounds good because of their careers and the optics of their names
and their name. Yes,
they are. But basketball, we talking about basketball, bro. It ain't gonna be good basketball, bro.
That was one of the things that. And shout out to James Boog, man. Today is his birthday. Want to make sure.
Big shout out to Boogie, man.
James Boog.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, he and I talked about this on one of our segments before about and this was pertaining to the Lakers and OKC at the time. It was the celebrity of the team compared to the cohesion of the team. The Lakers had the bigger name because of the market and who was on that team, but OKC had the cohesion. It's the same thing that we're speaking about technically right now, is that the name may sound good, but are they actually going to be a good fit together? That's the difference. Because Steph can't be the only one shooting. Steph can't be the only one shooting.
We thought Paul George was gonna look nice. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think he was gonna look like the way he look now. We thought Paul George was gonna look somewhat nice in Philly. You didn't think so?
No, I didn't. I already seen what I'd already predicted what he was going to look like going from Philly to the Clippers, because he's going to a team with an already MVP and an upcoming star in Tyrese Maxey. He's literally supposed to be the veteran that can fill in, and I really hate to say it this way, but I have to because of what I actually seen. He reminded me of Tobias Harris, based on his production.
That's your liberty.
He reminded me of Tobias Harris. Now, granted, Paul George is a phenomenal talent. He's very skilled. He got a handle on him. He has one of the most efficient shots when he gets his shots up. But that Paul George we've seen in Indiana, we're not going to see that Paul George again. If they had that Paul George, Philly would have won a championship this year. If Philly had that Paul George, they would have won a championship this year, with or without Embiid.
That's tall, bro.
Because that Paul George gave the Heatles with Wade and LeBron and Chris Bosh problems.
Well, look, man. Look, we got homework. We got some homework. Midnight gonna be pandemonium. Everybody lock in with Shams. We know what he gonna give. We'll be coming right back on tomorrow at 4:00, right after another sports conversation. So, just in case y'all forgot where you at.
When the weekend turns to Monday and the clock strikes 9, we're bringing you a message that'll stand the test of time. We got the wisdom in the building, keeping everything secure. A late night conversation that is positive and pure. Turn your radio up, tell your family and your friends. This is where the true community connection begins. It's a place for inspiration, it's a place for real talk. The most uplifting hour on your late night walk. Trusty Sean P, Deacon King Ace, and your host, Reverend Larry. The mic is live right now.
Hey, look, I got a special guest coming in Wednesday. A couple of my players from the Houston Lady Red Storm will be in the building, asking them about their upcoming season next year. And so y'all stay live, stay with it. We appreciate y'all for joining us tonight. Much love.